think they repeat. I think they run it back, go back to back.
I agree with a lot of what you said, but I think Brady has a great shot to win, Skip. If you look at the line, Vegas thinks it's going to be a very close game also. If I'm not mistaken...
Wait, did you just say a great shot?
Yeah, I give Brady a great shot to win, Skip, because if you look at this, JPP and Shaq Barrett made Aaron Rodgers' life miserable. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to be without their 2 starting offensive linemen. They can make Patrick Mahomes' life miserable. Now, that's the question. Will they have the similar success getting to Mahomes like they had Rodgers? If they can't get to Mahomes, they cannot beat unless Mahomes is off and turn the ball over. Because the one thing that we've seen from Tampa's defense this postseason, Skip, they force teams into turnover. They got 4 from New Orleans, they got 2 from the Packers, and they got 1 from Washington. So, and they've turned those into points. They're not kicking field goals. They're getting touchdowns when they turn you over. That was the excuse me. That was the difference in the game on Sunday. Is that Green Bay? Excuse me. Green Bay turned over the Bucs 3 times, got 6 points. They turned the Packers over twice and got 14 points. Well, that's the difference in your ball game. If Aaron Rodgers catches one of those possessions into a touchdown, maybe we're having a different discussion. And so this is why I give Brady a great chance, Skip. Their defense is playing well. They are turning the football over, and then Brady's getting short fields and cashing in on those. But the key, and I said this yesterday, JPP and Shaq Barrett, they're capable of having a Von Miller-type Super Bowl 50. And if they do that, they can beat Kansas City.
Okay.
But the issue, one second. The issue was Tampa Bay played incredible in the first half on offense. Their third down efficiency was like nothing that I ever seen before. And I give credit to Tom Brady. But I just don't think that Patrick Mahomes is going to turn it over. And I just don't think that the Chiefs defense is going to be as bad as the Packers defense.
All right, Orlando, before I unleash on this, back to you. Give us your insight, having played with the Chiefs and practice against Mahomes. Describe him to somebody who wouldn't know anything about him. Why is he as great as he appears to be at this young age?
He's incredible. He's having fun with it. We always said when I was in the locker room, some people play football for money and some people make money to play football. And he makes money to play football because he just loves it. They all love it. They just work. You know, he trusts you. He trusts Tyreek. You know, he throws into double teams. It doesn't matter. Tyreek outruns him. Kelsey, you know, he doesn't get doubled a lot as much as he should, but he just wears out corners, backside of 3-by-1, wherever they put him, and just efficient. And then the running backs just run hard. They hold the ball. They catch it out the backfield. And they all, you know, they're all selfless guys. No one's selfish. No one's complaining when they're not getting the ball.
Okay. Now, back to November 29th in Tampa, Kansas City. Mahomes throws it to Tyreek in the first quarter to the tune of 203 receiving yards in a quarter. I'd never heard of anything like that before. Carlton Davis stayed in single coverage on Tyreek for all of the first quarter and some into the second quarter. And you know what happened. And Mahomes throws for 359 in the first half. Mahomes threw for only 103 in the second half because the Bucs started drawing a bead on how to defend. They fell back into more cover 2 type zones, man underneath, but they played more zone. They started to get after Mahomes a little bit more in the second half, and Brady started to draw a bead on the Kansas City defense because over the last 3 quarters of that game, Brady threw for 313 yards and led 2 long scoring drives in the fourth quarter that did cut the score, even though it didn't look, you know, it was much more lopsided than the final score appeared. But it was 27-24 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left. And then all the credit to Mahomes and Andy Reid because they just schemed him and tricked him, and Mahomes ran for 2 first downs, and they killed 4 minutes and 10 seconds of clock, and Brady never got the ball back.
Right.
So Mahomes got even with Brady, so to speak, for what Brady did to him in overtime at the game that Orlando watched out from the sideline, when obviously Brady never gave him the ball back in overtime because he converted 3 straight 3rd and 10s, which is impossible, to win that game. But I'm going to remind everybody, after this 27-24 loss came a very late bye week for Tampa Bay, not until week 13. And during that week, Brady fixed this offense. Brady added some play action. Brady added some motion that he had in New England that he'd never had under the no risk it, no Biscuit Bruce Arians offense. And all of a sudden, both the offense and the defense took off after the bye week. Since then, they've won 7 straight games. And to Shannon's point, the defense has gotten hot because what usually shows you how hot a defense is, they start taking the ball away, and it gets contagious, as Orlando knows. So I like where they are now. I like it that they went on the road and beat 3 straight top 10 defenses in Washington, New Orleans, and Green Bay. I like where they're setting, and I like Tom Brady as an underdog because Orlando, as I told you last week, there's one man in sports I never bet against, especially when the stakes are highest in the biggest games.
LeBron James? Is it LeBron James?
No, you know who it is. That's the guy I would always bet against with the money pushed to the middle. Wait, you're talking about the guy who's now 4-6 in the finals? That guy?
10 is a lot of finals. But let's go back. Let's go back to an X factor that I think got a lot of experience with Brady in the Super Bowl. It's Steve Spagnuolo. The 2 times Brady's 2 losses in the Super Bowl were to him. I think he has a great plan, and I think that this KC team is built similar to what the Giants team was built with Chris Jones and Frank Clark, and then having Honey Badger as kind of their Mr. Do Everything. And I think that Brady is going to have a tough chance. I think he's going to throw the kitchen sink at him, and there'll be a lot of coverages mixed and matched. And I mean, it's going to be a game of chess all day.
Okay, so how do you see the scoring go? Do you say high scoring, or do you think Kansas City can win by 14 or 21?
No. I think there's going to be a game that may be 23-16, 23-20. I don't think there's going to be a bunch of points scored. The Chiefs can run the ball when they need to. Andy's one of those coaches that you're going to see game plan every week. It's not some coaches do what they do, but Andy, you're going to see game plan every week.
I think the thing is if you look at the Chiefs, the way they run the ball, and the Rams gave you the blueprint. If you think you're going to just run the ball up the middle on Tampa, that's not happening. They too big inside. They got Vita Vea probably wearing 350 to 370. Sue, they got those big guys in there. You're going to have to get on the edges to run the ball against them. And you see McCole Hardman, you see Tyreek with a lot of jet sweeps, and I think that's the way they're going to attack them. But here's another thing that's interesting, and correct me if I'm wrong. Even though if Tampa plays the perfect game, you still have to hope Mahomes is off slightly. Skip, he hasn't lost a game in which he's been on. So if he's on, it doesn't matter what Tampa does. And let this sink in, Skip. He's never lost a game by more than one score. Let that sink in. The man has been a starter for 3 years, and he has not lost a game. So it doesn't matter. And because they've done it so many times, they can fall behind 10. A lot of times teams fall behind in playoff games. It's a death sentence.
Okay. Would you say that Mahomes was a little bit off in last year's Super Bowl?
Early.
Early? What about late third quarter, early fourth?
Look at the last game that he lost, he started, the Raiders. He was off just slightly. He completed a little slightly above 50% of his passes, threw an interception.
40 to 32, right?
And he lost by 8. He was slightly off and he threw for 350. If he's dealing, it's good night. Kiss the baby, Skip. Put the baby to bed. Give the baby some warm milk and put him to bed. It's over.
Late third quarter interception, early fourth interception, down 20 to 10.
Hey, what'd he do? Walk him down. What did I tell you he was going to do to Buffalo? Oh, I told him on Friday. I said, he going to spot him 10 points. Well, Mahomes turned me into a lie. He only spotted him 9 because the guy missed the PAT and then walked him down. He let you score the first 9. I'm going to go get the next 38. I give you another 8, 9 here and call it a wrap.
That was against Josh Allen. Go ahead, O.
It's going to be a hell of a game. I can't count out time. I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to go with you,